said, I came here in 7th grade, and it was a huge change from the Lowell public school coming to a small private school and also being all boys. And I do have to say that is probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life. Fenn was awesome for me, prepared me a lot for a lot of the major choices and things I would have to do in my life. I stayed through till 9th grade, and it's a decision that you guys are going to have to make, you 8th graders, and I suggest doing it if you want. It's a great experience to be a 9th grader at Fenn. And as that goes, then after my 9th grade year, I went to Lowell High School, which has about close to 1,000 people per grade, which is a huge difference coming from Fenn, seeing how small the school is. And went from 10th to 12th grade at Lowell High. Once you start becoming a junior and a senior, you start looking at colleges or seeing what decisions you're going to make in life, whether you want to go straight into a career, if you can find one, or college, or how I chose the military. And for you 7th, 8th, and 9th grade boys, that's going to be a huge decision for you guys, because you have to decide, hey, do I want to stay in a private school, or do I want to go to my town's public school? It's a very tough decision, but you guys will make the right one. So when I was a junior, I started looking at colleges and started looking a little bit into the military, because there was this one day I went to the Patriots game. When the Jets flew over, I looked at my dad and said, I want to join the military. I don't know, it just gave me a huge rush, but then I went and talked to the Air Force recruiters, Army recruiters, and Marine recruiters, and seeing what options were better for me, what they gave me, for my family, and decided on the Army. And it's been a huge life experience that I will never regret. And so I went off to my training, trained in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, for basic training. Then I went to Oklahoma, and then after Oklahoma, I went to Fort Benning and went to airborne school. So get to jump out of planes, which is pretty awesome. And after airborne school, I was supposed to go to Fort Bragg in North Carolina. And the day of my graduation, they say, hey, Rojo, you're going to Italy, which isn't bad. So I was in Italy for about 5 months, doing a lot of training, a lot of studying for my job, because I knew that we'd be going to Afghanistan very soon. And you have to be very prepared mentally, physically, and just very combat ready to do whatever we're going to have to do out there. So we ended up going to Germany for 1 month, and it was just a war simulation, running missions every day, and going through what we're going to be going through in Afghanistan. And that was a really good experience. Obviously, when we'd be getting shot at, it was just blanks, so nothing was actually going to hit you, but it was a good experience. You actually get into the mindset of, oh, hey, we have to do this, and my job comes in very important, because if we start getting shot at, I have to call in artillery, or they can send me planes or helicopters, which I can control, so that they can help us out getting rid of the enemy. And so my sergeant was talking to me and basically prepared me very, very well for the job I was going to be doing, because as a private first class, which is my rank, I'm not supposed to be doing what I was doing. But He taught me very well, and I learned very well, also thanks to Fenn, to be able to do this job that is a job that a sergeant does. So when we got to Afghanistan, I already knew, I had a little bit of an understanding of what's going to be going on there. Obviously, because we've been training for this, and you see the stuff on the news, you watch videos online, you know what to expect a little bit. So when we first got there, just making sure, hey, going on missions, make sure you're watching everyone. You just can't, just because someone's friendly to you doesn't mean, oh hey, okay, I can trust this person. And I like to think that, because a lot of people were nice, but you never know when they're going to turn their back on you. So when we were on a mission on October 3rd to a valley that we had never gone in. The only people that went in there were the special forces, because it is packed with a lot of Taliban. But our lieutenant offered us to go in there because we were going to support a special forces group that was passing by, because they had a couple high priority targets that they needed to capture. So we were on the road conducting DNA tests and just taking pictures of people, making sure that they weren't part of the Taliban. And there's one road in, one road out. So we were making sure that none of the other guys, like none of the Taliban or the town, would be seeing the special forces rolling through and trying to leave. And then if someone was trying to leave and they happened to be bad, we'd stop them, put them in our trucks, and just keep on with the mission until we got back to the base and then question them. So normally on missions, we have our trucks, we have 4 trucks, and then we have a couple dismounted personnel. And we're walking on the road, and with this mission, we had a bomb dog, because the road was known